Mark. Becky's off today. Rusty interns here this morning. So, yesterday, day one of 2026. That's so weird to say.
What?
Right?
It is.
What'd you do?
Oh, day one. It was kind of a relaxing day. I didn't have any work.
Nice.
So I slept in a little bit. Mm-hmm. Pretty bad start to the new year.
I don't know. I mean, we don't get a chance to sleep in very often around here, so we'll take it.
It's true. It's true. But I'm like, I woke up with this like deep desire to go play a new disc golf course.
Okay. All right. So you tried out a new one?
Yeah.
Where at?
I went to one in Rogers. I think it was called KJ Memorial Park.
Okay.
And
cool.
It was just a small course, but it was really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and I met some cool people out there and played a pretty good round. And I didn't have the New Year's resolution before, but after the round, I'm like, my New Year's resolution is to play more disc golf. Because it's just so relaxing. And I need something to kind of
you got
unwind
so much other stuff going on that you need some downtime. Okay. Maybe I'll go play with you sometime, which will be very embarrassing for me. So
you have disc?
I got for Christmas some discs. Now, here's the thing. My plan completely backfired because I underestimated how generous my dad is. Okay. So we do this little, especially, my kids, they're younger to get Christmas gifts. That's but the older adults were like, hey, look. We don't need to all get each other a gift. So we do the whole draw the names thing. And my dad had my name. And so he sends me a message, I don't know, like a month ago. Like, hey, I've got your name this year. Any ideas? What would you like? I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't mind some discs. I've never had my own. I've gone to play with Chaplain Justin a couple of times. I'm terrible at it, but it was kind of fun. And so I was like, so these were my parameters. I need to find the cheapest set I can find with the most amount of discs possible.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm going to lose so many of them.
They're going to go
confident of this. Right. They go in the middle of some wooded area where you're like, you're never going to find that. Right. So I'm like searching on the internet. I'm like, I'm not good at this. I don't care the quality of them. Because I will feel better about losing them if I know, look, it's just
$2 a piece.
Right, this was
20.
not an expensive disc. I have 10 other discs. It's going to be fine. So I literally found this set. It was, it was probably like $1 or $2 a disc. And I was like, pretty good quantity of them. So I was like, okay, this should be good. So I sent the link to my dad thinking that's the one he's going to get. Christmas comes, I open up the package, I look down, I was like, these are some really nice discs. There's not very many of them. This is a completely different set. He got me a much nicer set. Now I'm like, now I'm going to be nervous every time I play.
The KLRC Morning Show.
90.9 KLRC.
Becky's off today. We thought she was coming into work today, but there may have been a little misunderstanding. Or she might have decided to, maybe a New Year's resolution is get a little more sleep for that tired mama. So she could be here in 20, 30 minutes or so.
She could be.
We'll see. But we are so glad that you're listening and grateful that we get to be a little part of the start to day 2 of 2025.
2026.
2026. I know I was going to do this, right? I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's always like the first 2 months, you're just like, oh, yeah. 2025. It's like, no.
Right.
That was last year.
I had to write it down this morning, and I was like, slow down. I'm like, no, to make a 6, it's got to be.
Write it down 30 times.
So Fridays, we're going to be doing this thing on Friday mornings called Friday 5. And would love for anybody to join in with us to take 5 minutes on Friday, 5 minutes or less, to thank God for 5 things. 5 things you're grateful for. And so we'll start it off. Since it's kind of the beginning of the year, we just wrapped up 2025. Let's do a Friday 5 kind of year-end edition. So 5 things you're thankful for from 2025. Okay? So for example, on mine, 2025 was a weird year. A lot of unexpected things, a lot of hard things, so unexpected griefs and losses, those kind of things. And I think more than hardly any other year, I learned two things. One, that God shows up in our grief and he understands grief, and he brings gifts along the way. And I'm really, really thankful for that. I was going to say you and Becky are part of those gifts that have been a surprise in 2025. Becky's not here today, so I'm taking her off the list. I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. She's in there too. But I'm grateful that we have a God who understands our grief and knows how to bring good gifts even in our grief. So that's first on mine.
Man, can I piggyback off of that one?
Sure.
Yeah, I would say moving, because I moved from Georgia to Arkansas, and obviously moves are hard, especially when your family and people that you are used to don't come with you. And that was tricky, but there's so much gift giving from God, and just being a part of this team, just being here in Arkansas, such an amazing state. Everybody's so awesome, and God just keeps showing up, and it's been really cool. Even though it's been hard moving, it's been it's been worth it.
A lot of growing up with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that. All right, number 3. I'm going to say this. Learning to take every thought captive has been a thing for me this last year. I'd heard that verse. People taught about it, that kind of thing. So I'd never. But I read a book earlier this year from Louis Giglio from the Passion Movement called Don't Give the Enemy a Seat at Your Table. And at the end of the day, the book is really about learning to take our thoughts captive and be like, hey, no way, enemy. I'm not letting you. You are not rented space here. You're not going to come sit and have a meal at the table with me, and whatever the thoughts might be. And man, God's been really cool to teach me in a deeper way what that looks like each day, to take those thoughts captive, whether they're thoughts about even anger or frustration, and be like, okay, what's going on here? Why am I feeling this way? Or what am I thinking about this? Or sadness, or whatever it might be. They might be good things, but really not just giving them free rent. So then,
I think one of mine too has to do with the Bible verse as well. It's even when we are faithless, God remains faithful. This year has been full of ups and downs. And I even made a post about this the other day. But just that verse, just the comfort in that verse, hey, I know you're human. I know you're going to have these seasons of swaying, but even when you're not as faithful as I am, I'm still going to remain faithful to you. My covenant remains the same. And it's just so comforting, you know, and you can get very just filled with grief and sadness whenever you're in that valley. It's man, Lord, you're so good to me. Why am I not, returning the favor like I should be?
Right.
But God's hey, I'm still faithful to you. Yes. And that has seriously been the verse that I'm not just thinking about, but it keeps showing up in my life everywhere.
I love that. That's so good. All right, one last one on our Friday 5. This is a phrase I learned in 2025. I didn't know it existed. It's possible that my wife even coined it. She came up with the phrase nest buddy. We're empty nesters now. The kids are all off on college and doing their thing. And one day she called me her nest buddy, and I was like, I kind of like it, actually, awesome. To be honest. So I'm making that part of my Friday 5.
Real people, real life, real fun.
Family Fun Friday.
The KLRC Morning Show. Ready? Some good news?
We are too.
Here's your positive difference story of the day.
All right. My story's a little bit different today.
Okay.
But as someone who loves animals, being a little bit silly, I will say it made my day.
Okay. All right. I'm in. I'm intrigued.
So the Comedy Wildlife Photography Awards, it began in 2015, and the global competition has officially announced this year's overall winner, which makes this winner the 10th year anniversary winner.
Okay.
Kind of
Comedy Wildlife Photography Awards.
So let me tell you how it started.
Okay.
It started as a lighthearted idea, and it's really growing into this global thing. It's pretty cool. So each year, photographers from around the world submit thousands of images across multiple categories, all celebrating the unexpected, funny, and seriously just adorable moments caught in the wild.
All right, I'm intrigued.
So Tom, the co-founder of the organization, when talking about why the organization was started, he said this on the main video. He said, "Conservation is a positive thing, And we should celebrate animals rather than just telling people things that are all bad about animals and wildlife.
Okay.
Let's make people smile, laugh, and enjoy it.
Okay.
Which I can totally appreciate because it feels like the only animal conservation content out there is sometimes not super
Right,
positive.
you see these like super sappy videos where everything's just,
Exactly. But this year's winner was the complete opposite of that. And I honestly still laugh when I see it. It's this gorilla, and he's marching around the jungle, one hand on his chest,
Okay.
the other hand flying in the air, and he's got a huge smile on his face as he dances.
Okay, we have to share this on the Morning Show Facebook page.
We absolutely have to, because I was staring at that photo, and I'm like, there's no way this is real.
But it's an extra legit,
adorable.
like no AI, no
It's this
photoshopping.
adorable gorilla just dancing through the woods.
And that's the winner for this year. I love it.
And Tom and the other people who created this organization, they really wanted it to have a different feel. And just seeing this winner from this year really embodies that. And just the other videos and pictures that were featured this year. It was all just like, man, I love God who created all this. It's so awesome.
And to celebrate protecting and being good stewards of these incredible gifts, that's pretty awesome. That is our Positive Difference story of the day.
Real people, real life, the KLRC Morning Show. 90.9 KLRC.
Day 2 of 2026. We're off and running. Ross went to the gym to see all the newbies yesterday.
I watched a beautiful set somebody did. They did 500 reps of 0 pounds.
So they didn't have any weight on it at
Yeah,
all?
I was on the Smith machine. I'm
Hey.
like, I see you.
I was like, you got to build some confidence. And he's like,
You
look at
gotta
me.
start somewhere.
That's impressive.
So it makes me happy to see people are showing
I
up.
was like, hey, get a little exercise in. It's a good first of the year goal. Hey, if one of your, whether you're into goals or resolutions or anything like that or not, but if there's something in you in any way, shape, or form, you're like, man, I really want 2026 to be a year where I feel more connected to God, then you're not alone. In fact, there are a lot of us who want that, and we're doing something together here at the radio station all throughout the month of January called Reconnect 2026. And the heartbeat of that is to help connect with God over and over throughout the day. And we'd love to be just a resource and a tool to help that. And I have this 7-minute commute from my house to the radio station each morning. So there's not a lot of time listening when I'm driving in, but I'm telling you what, more often than not, it literally is only taken one song for God to grab my attention and be like, hey, think about this. Or let me remind you that this is true about who I am, which is one of the things I love about these songs that we get to share here on KLRC. We always try to share uplifting conversations too to help you connect with God. So this month, it's all about just listen as you start your day and then check back in to reconnect. Maybe it's a song, maybe check out a podcast on the app, just ways to check back in and use the radio station and the podcast to help you keep connected with God all day.
And let me just say, my favorite part about all this is you can let us know you're in, and you can register for weekly drawings of tickets to see Jamie McDonald in concert this year.
Next Friday, we're doing the first one.
That's pretty
So-
awesome. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, yes. So make sure you sign up on our website, klrc.com.
Yes.
The KLRC Morning Show.
We'll see if the gym's as busy today as it was yesterday. We're such creatures of habit, right? We're like, all right, I'm going to try something new. And then day 2 is like, all right.
That's not as fun as I thought it was going to be.
Right. I know. But if you're one of those who are like, no matter what, whether you call them resolutions or you're just like, look, I don't need the resolution thing, but I'm wanting this new year, 2026, to be maybe a healthier year, a year more connected. We talked earlier about we're doing this thing in January, Reconnect 2026, where hopefully you start your day listening to some uplifting music. Some people are even choosing just listen exclusively to the music that we play here on KLRC for the month of January and see if that makes a difference in connecting with God. And I just finished this book from Ruth Haley Barton, and she was talking about what it looks like. I thought, man, I actually read this on yesterday, last chapter on New Year's Day, and I thought, this is a great way to think about a new year when we live in a world that, I don't know, a lot of times our culture, the definitions of success, they leave you either empty or exhausted or just like, even if you chased it and accomplished it, and then you're like, I don't know if that was all that it was cracked up to be. She said this, and I've saved this and put it in my phone to go back to throughout the year this year. She said, success for me is now more measured by whether or not I'm living within the rhythms of work and rest. So I was like, okay, well, your thing about, hey, I'm going to try to find a few more chances to get out and throw a disc golf or just some things that are actually restful and replenishing. Because work is good too, but both of them out of balance just gets messy. So rhythms of work and rest, solitude and community. We need people and we need some alone time too. Silence and word necessary. I love that. All right. Sometimes I need to be a little more quiet, keep my mouth shut. And sometimes I need to be willing to say something that might actually serve somebody well. So that the quality of my presence with God and with people and tasks is characterized by love and attention, wisdom and discernment. And I was like, okay.
That's really good.
Man.
Yeah. I like that whole discernment thing and wisdom thing, because you're not just throwing yourself in these situations. You're very, what's the word? Just particular and just very cautious of what you're actually putting yourself into, because you're like, okay, I'm working too much. Let me spend a day and you said, go do something relaxing. If it's disc golfing or just, I'm going to spend the day at my house.
Right. Just taking a break for a little bit and then giving myself to good work too. And if at the end of this year, what they say about us is, I love that, characterized by love and attention, wisdom and discernment, that'd be a good thing. All right. Let's talk movies, Ross.
Let's do it.
Here's our first plugged-in movie review for 2026. So there's a new movie out in theaters, Hugh Jackman, Kate Hudson, called Song Sung Blue.
Okay.
I saw a whole bunch of commercials for this during the football games.
Okay. I didn't watch any of the football games, so I haven't heard of it.
Here's what they said. Music can function a little bit like a time machine. And Plugged In says when they stepped into Song Sung Blue, they were whisked back to when they were 6 years old, playing on shag carpet as my mom cleaned and Neil Diamond was singing on the speakers.
Okay.
So it's got a little nostalgia to it, I guess. The songs from Song Sung Blue, Plugged In says, will take some back to their childhood soundtrack with the songs that are carved into our memories like initials on a tree. Song Sung Blue is also a love story, but the movie's not just about Mike and Claire's love for each other. It's also about a shared love of music and the joy that music can give. Song Sung Blue, though, says does kind of lose its course along the way. Discerning audiences will pick up some dissonant notes along the way, some inappropriate content, and infrequent harsh profanities, part of the deal, too. It is rated PG-13. They said the story can be hard. Claire and Mike's experience of a lot of grief and trauma during their marriage, even in the good times, can be hard times. And that they live in a small house by the Milwaukee airport where planes nearly touch the roof 10 times a day. Money's always tight. Health scares abound. And viewers might wonder whether Song Sung Blue was a comedy or a tragedy once the credits roll.
Oh, wow.
I was like, okay.
It's got some layers to it.
They said, but when the music begins, the lyrics unfurl like a cape. People raise their voices in song. And we hear not just a melody, classic from days gone by. We hear something that sounds a little bit like joy. So that's the redemptive part of it. It is, again, it's rated PG-13. It's in theaters. Heavy caution. That makes sense for the kiddos. medium caution for the teens and adults from Plugged In.
I will say they need to put Hugh Jackman in more movies like this where he's singing, because we went and saw a Broadway musical with him.
Yes, that's
singing.
right. You saw, like, was it New York or something like
Yeah,
that?
it was out in New York. I think it was called Music Man.
Okay.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah.
He's very talented in that field. So
Somebody pulled this off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. So.
You can read more about Song Sung Blue on the Plugged In movie review website or the Plugged In app, too.
Real people, real life, real fun.
Family Fun Friday.
The KLRC Morning Show.
Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. H-A-P-P-Y-B-R-T-X-D-A-Y.
Hey, happy birthday.
What was that? That was new.
That was me copying you.
No,
Yeah.
you're not even close to the finger dance. I don't know what that was.
You're
but
just embarrassed. Because now you know
I
what you look like.
guarantee I don't look like that. All right. It's time for our first official birthday bash of 2026.
Yes, that's the year.
Jeremiah Gasso turns 9 today in Van Buren. Brandon Coker in Colquitt, Oklahoma. Colin Bryant, double digits, +1. He's 11 today in Tahlequah. And let's see here. Elena Gilliam in Rogers, along with Kelsey Ursery, who's officially 40 in Rogers today.
Very nice. And we got some birthdays for tomorrow as well. Jake Greenway in Bentonville has a birthday, and Emerson Brooks is turning 8 in Fayetteville tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Happy birthday to all of you. We're going to put all those names into the randomizer. One of you gets a gift certificate to celebrate with our friends at the Marketplace Grill and Elena Gilliam and Rogers.
Woo!
Happy birthday.